Hello, welcome back. This is James Uriah from UX Shape. Today, I'm going to be introducing Match PayDay, a mobile app that helps payday loan customer consolidate their current balances into one manageable and affordable repayment. The mobile app we're going to be discussing today, as you've seen in the introduction, is Match PayDay Loan Consolidation mobile app solution. And when I was thinking about this app idea, I was actually trying to solve a problem that exists between the payday loan customers and the companies. And one thing that I found that is that for a payday loan company, you need to offer a good solution or a good service in order to retain your customers. And also, the payday loan company need to understand that the customers that they are going to acquire, most of the time, they will be once in a lifetime customer. You're not going to get repeat customer because nobody wants to be in a loan forever. Everybody wants to pay off the loan quickly. And if they have the opportunity, borrow more again and pay it off quickly. So the likelihood of you, trying to find a customer who is going to be like on your platform trying to borrow money, it's gonna be very small. So the lifespan time that you're gonna have that customer is very small. So how can you acquire customer, and how can you make this a solution whereby you can allow people to invest money, companies to go into this idea of acquiring customer from other payday loan companies who are not treating their customers very well. And that is how this idea of Match PayDay Loan Consolidation was born. The idea is simply to help the customer merge or compress their existing payday loan into one single loan that a new provider can then offer a service that will be able to reduce their interest rate and also help them pay off their loan quickly, and also prevent the customer from entering into any debt management, which might further affect their credit rating. So the solution here is to actually help the customer make better choices, get better deals, and also help them have a good credit rating at the end of the day. So the solution is designed to make repayment easy to understand, because imagine you have you have paid a loan from 3 different companies, which some people do, and at the end of the day you kind of find it that you are paying different interest rate on loans that you should have been paying maybe a smaller amount for them if you had merged them into one loan. So this idea, it's somehow similar to maybe how you do credit transfer. I've never done credit transfer before, so this idea is similar to credit transfer. From my research, if this concept can be adopted or can be transferred into the payday loan process, that could make the market more competitive and also bring in more provider that can invest into the payday loan business. And also this can be a platform whereby everybody can invest their money. So it doesn't have to be, if you have money to start a payday loan company, then you have to maybe take out a franchise, or you have to set up your own store yourself to do your payday loan company or business. So the idea is to offer this solution as a free platform whereby investors, individual companies can sign up as a lender, and then they can offer a consolidation packages for the customers who already have payday loans with another company. So so what I was doing next again is that I've written this brief mobile app description, which says the aim of this mobile app is to help user customer to compress their existing payday loan into one new provider and truly offer a service that will prevent them from entering the debt management plan or other debt solution which can affect their credit rating. This solution is designed to make repayment easy to understand and manageable by the customer, and allow customer to focus only on one provider rather than repaying many payday loan provider or lenders. So the use of this app is to search for new lenders who can take on the risk with the customers and truly offer a credit building solution that actually works because at the end of the day, everybody's trying to build their credit rating to get better deals on loans and mortgages and things like that. So if this idea is put into the PayDay loan, it can actually help people to build up their credit rating, because as they pay off this loan off quickly and they have new a manageable repayment that they can afford, and they keep up to this repayment, it's actually going to improve the way their credit rating is at the end of the day. So that is the main idea of this. So I just did a kind of a little bit of research on how the app is going to collect this data and the information from the customer or the borrower. So I put here the collection of data from the user to customer. The following information is collected from the user, customer, or the borrower of each PayDay loans provider, and these fields are considered. So what this app is going to do, if a borrower comes into the platform and is looking for a consolidation plan, he needs to take the information that he has from his previous company that he has the PayDay loan with, and he can then come and put the information on the platform, so such as the provider, the amount borrowed, length of repayment, current balance, interest rate, missed payment, and total number of repayment. So the app now works after the user completes the form. The mobile app begins the search process to find a lender that provides a match. If the process is completed successfully, the mobile app displays the list of all lenders found. The customer can then select any new lender of their choice from the list that they have been provided. So you look at it like, you're trying to search for a deal, and once you've seen that deal, you can now search through which deal best matches your expectation. So if you can afford that, if you can afford a repayment that a lender is offering, then you are likely to go with that lender. So look at this as an online marketplace where you shop for new lenders to take up a new loan with, which is kind of a nice idea. So the information here that I have is that the new lender information can either be reduced or higher rate, but normally the idea of this platform is to make sure that the interest rate is reduced. So the likelihood of you having a higher interest rate on this platform, Match PayDay, it's going to be very small, because we consider that when the lender is posting an offer onto the platform. So that is what this idea is all about. And also the best offer is considered as follows. The current repayment plan must be less than the original plan offering. So this is what is going to go on into the system, and the customer can either accept or reject the offer. If the customer accepts it, then they'll just have to terminate the program and maybe start a search again if they want to research for another another consolidation plan or things if it's available in the system. And also if the customer accept the offer, the provider, the customer can then complete a new application form with a new lender, whereby they will be able to now have a new repayment plan, and the final decision is just meant for them. So at the end of the day, the idea is to make sure that they've got a real value for money, and they are able to cut down on their repayment plan and also their interest rate. So why Match PayDay? So one of the questions is that when you're building an app, you need to understand and you need to ask yourself, why are you building an app? What is this app actually solving? Is this app solving a real problem or not? Is this app just gonna be a typical kind of app, or would there be a twist within what has been going on? And fortunately, a lot of companies have been buying people's loans or debts that they have that they've not been able to repay. But the idea of this Match PayDay is to make this thing at first, because when company buys debt, and they're trying to chase the customer's credit rating is already destroyed anyway. So this makes it even more, more difficult for the customer to want to maybe have a good repayment plan, because like I said in the first place, to actually retain a customer within the payday loan system, the customer life cycle, the lifespan of that customer within your company or within your business is very short. They might be there just for 2-3 months, and you might not see them again, or in the next 1 year or 2 years. So how can you keep them coming at least frequently, and also help them to build their credit rating? So we need to ask ourselves, why are we building this app? So the reason why we are building this app is that we realize that customers are looking for payday loans every day. We can see in the TV, in the radio, there's payday loans advert everywhere, left, right, and center. On the high street, people are offering you cash for money, for for things that you own. People are telling you, okay, you can get £200, £300. They want to offer you loans, but at the end of the day, the repayment is high. So the question now is that repayment can be very high because of various provider trying to compete with themselves. Some are greedy, some are less greedy, but the likelihood of each of the payday loan customers is that each of the payday loan company, many of them charge high interest rate. So another thing is that we are building this solution is that if the customer refuses to make repayment, it starts for lender to reclaim the money back, and the loan is passed on or sold to debt collection agency, which the debt collection agency to also find it hard to collect the money back. So why can't you offer a solution whereby they can merge their existing current balances of payday loan, and this new lender can offer them a good and affordable repayment plan? So the list goes on as well, and you can see from the list here, customer at the end can make repayment but end up with bad credit rating. So all those things is what we're trying to solve with merge payday. Also, we have yet a payday loan customer. Most time we not use this service again. So if the company want to keep them, risk taking should be considered, and also how you actually manage this risk, and also make sure that you design a product specifically to help the customer rather than helping yourself as a company. A lot of companies out there are greedy, they are greedy. They borrow you, let's say, £1,000 and they want you to pay £6,000, which is just ridiculous. So it is better to offer a good repayment plan and a good way of managing the customer, rather than trying to score big on one customer alone. And if you're a payday loan company, if you've lost that customer, for you to actually regain that customer back is very difficult, because these are kind of customers that they don't come back to you every single time, because payday loan is not like shopping that people like to shop for clothes or shoes or bag. It is something that they need when they actually need this money, and if they don't need it, they won't even come to you in the first place. So the most important thing is to understand how the service you're going to offer works. So also the purpose is to build one platform to manage the repayment so that it can be easy for customer, and also build a business to business kind of relationship. Also, companies can offer credit card to help customer build up their credit rating, could invest in this scheme. So we see a lot of credit card companies now that are actually designed for people with poor credit rating, that helps them build their credit rating over time. But at the end of the day, even those repayment is still unnecessarily high as well. So how can you offer a solution that actually help people build their credit rating? Because if their repayment is good with a particular lender, their credit rating will be good as well, and that is how the system works. So also there's a fact here, because this platform is to bring lenders and borrowers together. But the idea is that, lending is a risk, as to any other form of investment is a risk. There's no investment that is perfect. Even if you buy a shares in a profitable company, something could happen down the line. The company goes bust. All your shares are of no value, really. So, at the end of the day, every investment is a risk. You might put your money in the bank, but the bank as well also can cover maybe up to 80,000. So if you have maybe 120 or 150 or 200,000 and something happened to the bank, then you might not be able to get all that cash back. So every investment, if you put your money in a startup, for example, the startup can succeed or the startup can fail. So every investment, everything about trying to lend people money to start a business or trying to do a business yourself, anything about it is risk. So lending is all about risk, either with a good customer with a good credit rating or a bad customer with a good credit rating. Somebody might have a good credit rating today, but it can go into a loan, and 2, 3, 4 months or 5 months into the loan, the person might lose their job. Once they lose their job, they might find it hard to pay, and how can you now reconsider them and actually make sure that a good repayment plan is done? And most companies don't do that. So the idea of this Match PayDay is that if a customer finds that they are paying too much, they can easily transfer their PayDay loan into another platform and say, okay, you know what, I've got, let's say, 2,000 or 1,500 or 500 pounds to repay on this loan. And if I pay it for the length of time, I'm going to still end up paying about 700 or 800 pounds. Why can't I transfer that 500 pounds into a new company with Merge PayDay? And then this new provider can provide me, let's say, 5% or 10% of the balance, which is 500, which is going to be like paying maybe about 550 pounds or 600 pounds, which is affordable than paying, let's say, 1,000 pounds. So the idea is to actually, trying to measure the risk, and also try to offer the customer a good plan. So I've done that, and I've just put a kind of a table here, which might not make any sense right now to anybody who does not really understand the problem yet. But the idea is to provide a platform whereby the customer can compress and merge their existing PayDay loan to help them have a good repayment and manageable plan. So the app has been developed using the prototyping tools, which is called Axure RP. As you can see, these are all the pages that has been done. It's a quite big project. Let me just make this. It's a very big project. We have the borrower, and I've structured this app in such a way that when I generate the site map or when I generate the flow, everything is going to work exactly as it has been set up with this sitemap here. So we have the sitemap, the splash screen, the onboarding, the account type, and I would just preview the app, because this app actually took me about I started this app on Saturday. I started it not Saturday that passed, which is 4th. I started it on the 25th, which was on Saturday. I was just going on the train and I was thinking about this app, and I said, okay, well, let me just put something down. So it took me about some 3 days to actually do majority of the app, and for that I've been able to maybe finalize it for an additional 4 days, and about 1 week and so I've been working on this app, which has actually been a good experience so far. And I've been able to understand the problem by writing this short description and how the app works and what I need to have. And if you're working as a UX designer, a business analyst, or an architect, when someone gives you a problem like this, you have to be able to understand the problem and then try to develop a solution around that problem. And that is what was done here. So having all these pages here shows that a lot of work has been done. So I'll just open the app. I've already previewed on Chrome. So let's start from the beginning and let's see how the app works. The first stage of every app is once the user have downloaded the app from the Play Store or App Store, they open the app and the app has a startup screen which we have here. It loads for a few seconds, and then we have the onboarding screen which shows what the app is all about. So this app here talks about, compress your loan, and we've seen a few text here which say transfer all your payday loans into Match Payday, save and cut down huge cost, and the user can swipe to review what the app is all about again, which is like prevent debt management and all that is done here. So this is an onboarding screen which shows how the app works. So in a real life, when you have the mobile app in your device, this is how the app is going to work. And then you press get started. Once you press that get started, the first thing the user will see is to choose an account type. Like I said, it is a platform that brings the lender and the borrower together, and also try to offer the borrower a good deal. So if the user that want to use this app, it's a lender, and they click and they press on lender, then the person enters their name or their company name. If they are trading with a company name, they choose a username and password, and they confirm password, and then they create account. Once the account is created, we have here you have successfully created your Match Payday lender account, and then you can continue. Once that is continued, the first thing they see is they'll be able to post a consolidation offer. So as a lender now, you'll be able to say, okay, I want to post a consolidation offer. Let's say I can offer you £500, and then I will say I want the repayment to be made in 10 months, and I want the percentage to be 15%, and I want maybe if you have a missed repayment, yes, and I can consider only if you have 2 missing repayment, and the date you enter the date as well. So let's assume it's today, for example. You can enter 2017, and then you post the offer. Once you post the offer is processing, and we can see here that the offer has been processed successfully. We see the consolidation offer that has been posted, and then we see that you will not be charged until your offer is accepted. So even though you are an investor, you are not actually putting this money down immediately. This money will only be taken when somebody has accepted your offer. That is when the money will actually left your account into that person's account. So we press done, and you go to your home screen. On the home screen, we've designed it to be very simple way of interacting with the app. We have here this option which you click and you just go to the help and support and settings page. If we go to the help and support page, we can see your direct message, you can see email, you can see phone, you can see callback. So if we say direct message, it starts the chatting process, and we can start the chat with the company. And then this is how the app works in a simulation, how you kind of make things done like that. So you can go back to help and support, and we can say, okay, do we want to have a call as well? Then your phone number comes here, and then you can make the call if you want to make the call. If you want to request a call back, you can also request a call back from this platform as well, which says they'll send your phone number, we contact you within your. So if you enter your phone number, for example, then you can press send, and then they send in the message, and there's a message here which says your message has been sent, and we usually respond within 24 to 48 hours. And once you press continue, it comes back to the home screen. So the flow of the app, the user journey, how the user interact with this app is very simple and very user friendly as well. Another thing is that we go to the settings area, whereby we can see the settings here, which shows we are committed to protecting your privacy, and you can select which one you have, and you can change these settings. If it's done, then there's a tick mark here, so you have that. And if you want to save the setting, you save the settings, and then it goes back to the home screen. If you want to go back again, You come here, you say you want to sign out of Match PayDay. You can sign out or you can say no. So if you sign out, it goes back to the home screen. And then if you want to log in back again, you can come back and log in from here. So let's assume the lender has already signed up and they want to log in. We've just provided this sample information, lender@gmail.com, and then the account is loaded. They land on their offer again. If they want to see the offer, they can put the offer. If they don't want to see that offer anymore, they can just go back and then they land on their home screen. On the home screen, they will be able to see the current offer that they are offering to the borrowers, and they can edit the offer which is gonna be done and updated. They can also withdraw the offer anytime they like, and a question appears, withdraw this offer, yes or no. You withdraw the offer, and then it comes to this page that there is no consolidation offer found anymore, and they can add a new offer if they want to. And once they post the offer, the offer again is posted and they land on their homepage. So on this home screen, they can do so many things, and they can view the payment that has been made to them, which shows the last payment they received was this amount, and they can view the recent payment, and they can view all the payment that has been made to them. Another thing they can view is they can also view their profile, which is going to show their personal details, their address and contact, their bank details. So if they click on their, it will show their personal details, and if they can update this information if anything changes. And they go back to profile, and then they can go to address and contact. Once they go back to address and contact, they can update this information as well again. And once the information is displayed, they come back here. So what they have here actually, it's a plan that works. So they can move from their profile goes to, and they can check their identification, which shows what they need to have with their to actually set up their account. That means we will need their passport, we need their bank details and their driver's license, company certificate. Sorry about that, I've not changed this text here. Like I said, this is a prototype, so some slight error might be found somewhere, and that is the purpose of having a feedback session. And also, if they go back to the profile, they can come to messages, and they can see the messages that they have. They can get the subject, the message. They can reply to the message if they want, and if they reply, they can send the message. Once the message has been sent and it's loaded back, and it comes back to messages, which they can go back to their account as well. So the idea of this app is to make the user feel more comfortable using this app. So the lender has these pages where they can post the offer. It shows them the result of the offer. It shows them their profile. It shows them their personal detail page, their address and contact screen. It shows them their bank details. It shows them their identification. It shows them the payment they've collected. It shows them all the payments. There's a message here and the message details. And if the message is sent, is replied, they have that information here, and they have the help and support, and they have the settings. So this is the lender flow of the app, and as you can see, it has been structured in such a way that each page follows each page, so that the user journey is well done properly. And if you give this app to an app developer, in fact, you've actually done the work. The only thing that is left is the app developer to actually code this app in whether Android or iOS, and the requirement is clearly stated here as well. So we now move to the borrower section of the app. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to go back to the account type and I'm going to choose borrower this time. I'm going to assume that the borrower has been registered, and then I'm going to click login. Let's just say register for borrower and the password, and we can log in and it comes here. So once a borrower land onto the website, they come on the home screen and they can see what the app is offering. They can see some sample consolidation offer, and they can scroll through it. If they like it, if they like what they've seen so far, then they can start their consolidation process. The consolidation process for the borrower is very simple as well. What they need to do, they need to select the lenders they have. They need to enter the amount they have with the lender, the length of the repayment they have with the lender. They need to enter the current balance, the current repayment amount. They need to have the interest rate as well. If they've missed any payment, they select that. How many they've missed, then the proposed date, and then if they have another lender, they simply click yes, and then they repeat this form again. If they've entered all their form, they can now say yes, no, and then the search button will appear, which the user clicks search button, and the system searches for the database to kind of find a lender who is willing to take up this loan. So once the borrower has completed our search, they are presented with a screen, which is the list of consolidation found, and they've seen, okay, we have 6 lenders found in total, and they can scroll through it as well and see which offer best suits them. So if they like, I like this offer, I can either accept. If the borrower rejects it, it goes back to this home screen and they can start this offer again. So we just go back to that page, and if they like what they've seen, they can accept it, and once they accept it, then they can now start to so what we have here, new borrower application. Please note, if your application is successful, your hold agreement with your hold lender will be transferred and to us, and we'll set up affordable repayment plan with us. So you have this new affordable repayment plan, and the user can as well decide to continue if they like what they've seen. The first thing to do is to select the payment date that they want. So anytime that any date that the borrower wants at all, they can select. So if they select, let's say 28, or for example they say confirm, and they saving the date. Once they save the date has been set up, then the borrower can fill in their information, their title, their full surname, date of birth, their marital status, or if they have any dependents, and they press on continue. Once they've done that, they choose their residential status, and then they choose the day they've moved in, their address and their information, and then they press continue. Also, they fill their employment and income. And the problem that most payday loan company do is that they don't ask the borrower or the customer a lot of information so as to make informed decision. So the more information that the system collects or on Merge Payday app, the more accurate the decision that we're going to be given will be. So they can choose what they have here, the employment type and the type of contract they have, and also if there's any one that they have, they can put it here, when they get paid, how they get paid, and they can press continue. Then the next thing is to enter their household, how many people live there, if they have children under or between the ages of 14 to 18, or they have children under the age of 14. So if they have any car, or if they don't have any car, they just leave it blank, and they can press continue. Another thing is, because if they've selected they are married, then they will have a partner, so they can enter their partner's income if they want, and we can see here this changes to partner. If it's your income, you go and then they enter their salary, benefit, pension and savings, and then they continue. Once they've continued, then the financial statements still continue, because we need to find out about their outgoing. We have their rent or mortgage or council tax, utility, gas, water, electricity. We have food, shopping snack, we have telephone, landline and mobile, we have bus travel, we have petrol, we have, if you have a car, you're going to be buying petrol anyway, and you might still have your bus pass as well, so that need to be set out accurately as well. If they have children, you have TV license, you have TV box like Sky, Virgin or BT, you have other expenditure, you put them here as well. Then the question is, if they have any arrears, they can press yes. If they have any arrears, then they can enter the arrears that they have there. If they have any more arrears, again they can enter it, but if they don't have any more, they simply press no. And once they press no, the system now automatically calculate what they have. And we have here, which is saying money left, we have their income, their outgoing, and we have their money left here. And with what we've seen so far, this system can provide a text which says, with your current financial standing, we think we might be able to consolidate your loan. So if the income and outgoing is less and the money left is like, let's say £200 or something, then we'll be able to say, with the money that you have left, that means you can afford this this payment. So we just kind of look at that. All right, yeah, that's fine, we can offer you a good repayment solution to that. And once the press continue, they can enter their bank details, how they want to get paid, and we have that. And they enter their sort code, their account number, how many years they have this account, and then they press continue. Once the press continue, then the system start to make a decision, which say checking the details once more. It takes some few minutes, their credit rating is checked, weighing up the risk, and also once it has been done, then it shows that the application has been completed and they have been accepted. They have their information here and they can press done. If the application has not been accepted, they will see this page which shows, sorry, we cannot merge your loan today, we are sorry, that we cannot offer you a loan. You can check this information, these people, and then you can press done. So if it's accepted and it's showing here, which they can press done and they land on their own page, we can see that the lender page is different from it. So I will just copy, I'm gonna copy this. I will minimize this window here, and I'm going to open another window so that we can see how the lender and the borrower side works. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to just make it like this. Actually, I'm gonna make this a bit, and I'm gonna reduce this as well. So what we have here, we have the borrower. There is the borrower, which is the account area of the borrower, and this is the lender borrower. We can see here that this is showing the offer, this is showing loan current summary. This does not have current repayment date. This has these are current repayment date. They can update their current repayment date, which will take them to what they have. This one takes them, for the lender, it takes them to the consolidation offer, and they can update their date if they want to update the date, and then they can update the date, updated successfully, and they can go back to their profile, see what they have here, or they can go back to home, which goes back to their account. What the borrower can do, I'll maximize this again. What the borrower can do on their account area is they will see this information, the date that they've chosen, the amount of the loan they have, and then they can choose to settle the loan immediately. If they want to settle the loan, they land on this screen which shows the amount that they want to settle the loan. They select the type of payment method, they enter the information here, and then once they enter the information, they press make payment. They have processed the payment, and once they have processed the payment, it says your payment has been successful, your payment was this, the confirmation number was this. And then if they pay with a bank card or with something, then we have to show the payment reference number, and we have to click on continue. Once they click on continue, they land on this page which shows them the current loan summary, and your account is settled and you do not have current loan, and they can now maybe start another merging which goes back to the first page that they've seen. So they can also view their profile, which is more detailed, and they can update everything they have from their personal details, their address, their employment, their financial statement, their income, their monthly outgoing, their arrears and money left and bank account. They can see what they have here, which makes it more interesting for them. So what they have is they can come to messages as well, which they can see message and they can reply as the lender will do. If they reply the message, they can reply that message is sending, a message is sent, and then they land on the message. They can come here and go to the settings as well. Again, they can come and go to the settings. They can come and go to the help and support. From the settings page is when they can log in. If they want to remove display, they can just click anywhere here. He comes here, they can just click anywhere and it goes back. If they want to sign out, they go to settings and they can sign out if they want. Once they sign out, it goes back to this account page, so that when next they open the account, they just need to choose the lender or the borrower and they can continue from there. So this app works in a very unique way, and this is the way that it works. This is the borrower and this is the lender, and you have this information which is really, and we can see what we have here. It shows here warning, investment of this nature carry risk, blah blah blah, and then we have here warning, late repayment can cause. So you are providing the user or the customer different perspective of the app, and the app is done in such a way that it should be very simple and easy to use for the customer. So if you've enjoyed this tutorial and you've enjoyed this little overview of this app of Merge PayDay, drop me a comment below if you have any question how this app works, or if you have a project and you are looking to develop a prototype of your project. You can get in contact with me and I'll be able to help you with that as well. So thank you again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in our next tutorial.